Hello, I'm Green.
And I'm Purple.
Welcome back to Green and Purple podcast today. It's just an era of defeat. We just finished recording Pikmin.
Actually, they'll have seen all the episodes up to this point.
Right, you'll see what just went down in Pikmin.
Yeah, so you know why I'm kind of just...
I mean, technically it happened 2 days ago in Pikmin, but even through yesterday's episode, I feel like the feeling just kind of permeated through it.
I was so done. I was so done.
I get that way sometimes whenever we record something, and it's just like something in one episode just puts you off, and then it's you still need 2 more episodes, and you're just
Great.
I'm not in it. And it's one thing if we were hadn't even started recording for a day or something, and then one of us just had some feeling it's I'm not in it, we probably just wouldn't record that day.
Right.
But if it's in the middle of a recording session, we're not going to just stop episodes in the middle of a week. It's we hate the game now.
That's my favorite part. Still is the and at the end of that one episode where I was so what you do here is you get the blue Pikmin to. And then I just gave up. I was like, you know what?
Yeah, you're we can't start this puzzle. And then, you literally, 5 seconds, you, put him in the wall. You're you put him... It was too immediately, and just, you're no. It'd be like if you had a teacher or whatever, and they came, I don't know, their wife just told them they're, getting a divorce. And they, come into class, they're alright, so we're gonna learn derivatives.
You guys just go home.
We're not having. Y'all get 100. I'm not teaching today.
Just not feeling it right now.
You know what's always awkward?
What?
Whenever you're in a class or whatever, and the teacher comes in, and you can tell they're a little distressed or whatever.
Yes.
But then they're just something "Hey guys, I'm sorry. It's 3 of my kids died." And everyone's just
Oh no.
Oh. Did you get the homework graded? That's never happened, but I remember a couple times teachers have come in and just been "Hey guys, my parents are in the hospital again." And I'm it's bad, and I feel bad for them, but at the same time it's it'd be one thing if it was a friend, because if it's a friend, then you're "Oh dude, I'm so sorry," and you come together, but it's you have a very different relationship with a teacher than you do with a friend, or even just a normal family member or something like that.
That's why most of the time this happened a lot with in high school, where I could never understand those students that were really super buddy with some of the teachers, and I felt that was really weird.
I think I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have a friendly relationship with students, but I think it's dangerous just because of all of what you hear about.
As one of our teachers found out the hard way.
Yeah, we've mentioned before, our band teacher had an inappropriate relationship with a student.
Very inappropriate.
But not even to that extent, but it's just it's so easy, as a parent, if you were a parent of a student and you're just oh, my student's going and hanging out with this teacher that's 15 years older than them all the time, that just doesn't look good. Even if there really is nothing bad going on,
right?
It's a situation that can get bad really quickly, and even if it's not bad, it just looks bad.
Yes,
it's just not a smart thing to do to begin with. I had a cousin, or great cousin, extended family, lives in Iowa, and he was a teacher. He actually got fired, not for having any sort of sexual relations with any students, but he went out for drinks with some of his students, and then that is what cost him that, because you can't have your teachers just going out and getting drinks with students. I don't know if they were underage. I think they were of age, so I mean at least there's that. But it's just there has to be a disconnect between it's a teacher, and you can be friendly with your teachers, but you can't. They're still your teachers, and you have to have some sort of separation, I feel like. I don't know, yeah. Was there any teacher that, you felt was actually, your friend?
Nope. I'm just kidding.
I honestly don't know if I would say yes.
Yeah.
And it almost sounds bad because then it's like you feel like you're saying like I didn't like any of my teachers, but that's not the truth. There was many teachers I liked and there was many teachers I trusted, but it's just a different kind of relationship than what you have with like a friend.
Yes.
Like there was never a teacher where I would like feel like safe like making dirty jokes with or something like that. Like,
exactly.
Like that's completely different. But there was plenty of teachers that I felt comfortable around and like felt like if I had some problems at home or whatever, like I could share them with the teacher and like they would understand, you know? Like, yeah, I don't, but there's not a teacher where after I graduate I was going to go call them up and say, yeah, let's go do shots. Schooling's weird.
Yeah.
School in general is weird.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on school, Caleb?
School
Just in general. Just what are some of your
kind of the
opinions
same
on
way I
school?
feel like with most things in life, like a job or something like that. It's just they're the good parts of it, and they're the bad parts of it. Like I know most people say that they actually prefer like their younger years, like kindergarten. They like those years more than like when they're in high school or college. But for me, it's the opposite. Like I like college more than like when I was in kindergarten. But then again, during kindergarten, I was homeschooled. So I guess when I was in grade school, because I was liked in kindergarten because I've always been like a loner and like people. Like I was fine with being homeschooled because it was just me and my mom, and
Right.
that's cool.
But my mom always bullied me.
She always wanted my lunch money.
You just like go to the fridge, like get a Capri Sun.
Give her a look.
Oh that would be the worst if you got bullied in homeschool. Like, what do you do? You can't get away from that.
Who do you tell? No, the principal? That's the person that's bullying you.
Do you remember in middle school? What was her name? It was like an English teacher we had. I think her name was Miss Fields, maybe.
I know that name. I know the name.
You remember a guy that was in one of our classmates named Josiah?
Yes.
You remember, like, she went to the principal to say, like, she was being bullied by him?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? Yeah, like, it was a teacher who said she was being bullied by a student. Which, I'm not going to say it's impossible. I think it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I just didn't see it. Like, again, I don't know everything that happened between them, but it just seemed to come out of nowhere. Because he was in my class, and like every time we were in class and they would talk to each other, I didn't sense any animosity. But I just remember one time, like, apparently she reported him for bullying her or something. I don't know. It was weird.
Excuse me.
Sorry, but back to you, off the tangent. Back to, you were talking about how you prefer college to, like, elementary school.
Yeah, and I think that's just because, once again, just based on my personality, it's more individualistic. Like, you have more freedom. There's more things that you do by yourself. You don't have to, like, because when I was in elementary school, I hated how when we had to go to, like, music class or something like that, we had to all get in a group. We all had to, like, do things. So I guess...
Well, you're kind of stuck with the same group of people all the time.
So I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that I just don't like being... I'm introverted, and I have a personality that doesn't like being around a lot of people for a long amount of time, because that wears me down.
Right.
Because I read somewhere that they said, like, if you're introverted...
Bailey!
If you're introverted, then being around people drains you, but if you're extroverted, then being around people can give you energy.
Right.
So yeah, I like the fact that when I'm in college, I feel more like it's just me. I'm like, I don't have to be anyone's friend here. I just go to class, listen, do the work, whatever, and then I can go home. It's
definitely a change from, like, excuse me. In elementary school and middle school and high school, basically all, like, up until college.
Gulag?
It's pretty much, like, you have to work, like... Bailey, why do you have to ruin everything? But, like, you have to work with people. And I'm not saying you don't have to work with people in college. But it's, like, they're definitely... You have to rely on yourself a lot more. Because it's... that's the whole point of college, is, like, you learning to do stuff. I guess we'll be back in a second for like 30 seconds. Or no, you know what? It's close enough to 10 minutes. Whenever we come back, you know what? No, we'll be back in a second. I want to finish this discussion.
Yeah, that's a little weird thing to leave off on.
Hey, baby doll, I'm headed home. Just call if you want anything from Frosky's. I'm going to pick up myself a pizza before I come in. Text me or call me when you get this message, okay? Bye.
Bye. It's got a little sass on it. Oh,
yeah.
Like, text me a comment. Bye.
That was
That was your grandmother.
yeah, that was Purple's grandma. I guess she's like, what's a darker purple?
Dark purple.
Dark
Indigo.
Yeah, she's indigo.
There you go.
We're not giving her a color. She's never gonna be on the show.
That would be a weird episode for sure.
I think it'd be funny. She's quite the character.
But what we're saying is like, I don't know, like college, it's all on you, you know?
Yes.
Like whether you do, like the teachers don't really care whether you do well or not.
Nope, they don't even care if you show up to class sometimes.
Right, and which on the surface, especially from like the perspective of like a high school student or whatever, seems like, oh, all your professors hate you. It's like, no, it's just in college you're expected to get done what you need to get done when you need to get it done.
Yep.
It's just the same as when you have a job. It's not like your boss is going to constantly remind you. It's like, make sure you get that report done on Friday. Okay. I don't want to call your parents. It's just like, no, they'll tell you once, like, I need this then, and you got to get it done.
Or they'll get fired.
Whereas in high school
Unless you work at Target, where apparently they don't feel the need to fire anyone, even though they clearly should.
But yeah, just in high school and earlier, there's a lot more hand-holding, which I don't think is a bad thing. It's just, I think that's why you see so many people drop out of college, because high school doesn't really prepare you for the realities of college. Like, there are plenty of people who can get through high school with no problems.
Yes.
And just not be at all suited for college, which is fine. It's just, you know, it's just hard to know beforehand.
Yes.
But, hey, maybe next week we'll talk some more about the educational system, because I think it's something we both probably have. Not, like, strong in the sense of, like, I think we should burn down the educational system, but, like...
I can burn the whole building down.
Burn the whole building. But, since we are, like, currently in it, you know, we can kind of... Especially in a state that's, like, if I remember, like, 48th in, like, education for the country... We kind of have an idea of how it is.
I think it's stupid that you have to pay for an expensive class and then pay for expensive books for the class. And then
the class might not even be good.
Or you never, ever, like, use the stuff that you're learning in the class.
Or, yeah. But you have to take it.
Yeah, you have to, because I don't know why. Because it's part of the business core, that's why. Because an accountant totally needs to know what marketing's all about. Yep. Totally, 100%. I'm getting saucy right now.
This is getting into like AM radio. It's just some like random guy who like has a ham radio. It's just like the government is trying to sell you this packaged cheese product. Okay, Doug, we'll be back next week. This was a little off week, but you know what? We make it through it. Whatever. We cap off the off week with an off podcast. Why not? Bye, everybody.
See ya.